Hi, some of you had asked me to shoot a screen of our Bolton workflow manager. I'll shoot a little video of it. Here it is real quickly, and then I can answer any questions you have. We really love it. So here's my service advisor's desk, and then we've got a 55-inch TV above his desk, which shows the workflow manager. And then out in our shop, we actually have a couple big screens too by the technician bay, so they can always see what's up. So basically, here's your screen. You've got your technician's pictures over here on the left, and everything's by technician, and then status. Here's my statuses, and you just move them over. It'll probably be a little jittery because I'm shooting this while I'm doing it, but if you'll look at the mouse, you can see I highlight it, you just grab it, and you can move it over to the next status. So like initial inspection means that it's waiting to be diagnosed by the technician. Now, once the technician has diagnosed it on his tablet that he uses for the inspections, he will change the status to quote, and it will automatically move over here. And that cues the service advisor that, hey, now it's the service advisor's responsibility to get a quote worked up for that. And then once a quote's worked up, we need to call the customer, so it goes to quote contact. And that means we just need to call them, and then awaiting approval, order the parts, waiting for parts, everything in repair. What's great about this is if you'll notice, it has a timer that's running. Right now it says 12 seconds. And if you move it to a new status, like I'll move this one here, it will reset that timer. So see how it's now at 1 and starts counting. What's helpful about that is I can monitor things without being here all the time. So, and my thing won't go up. Shit. There we go. So what happens is, say like the technician finishes one and it goes from initial inspection to quote. And I come back here, let me see this here. So like the technician does it and now it's in quote. And you can see the seconds are coming. So let's say I come in after lunch and I see that thing's been sitting there for 2 hours. Well, I know the technician's done with it, and it's a service advisor who's kind of slipped and hasn't gotten it written up and done a quote on it. And he can't tell me, oh, I just got it back 10 minutes ago. Same thing. So if we call the customer for the quote and we don't get an answer, we move it over to quote contact, which means that we're still waiting to hear from the customer. So if I see one that's been sitting there for 3 hours, hey, it's time to call those guys again. I don't want to hear that, I called them and, oh, I just gave them a call and didn't get an answer. I know it's been sitting there. So that's a real helpful feature. Here's what's cool too. You can right click on a customer and then it pops up all these options. You can view the inspection sheet, you can view the invoice, you can print a lube sticker. This is what's really helpful. Send a text message. So right from the workflow manager, you can send all these messages. So as you're moving the statuses, you can tell the customer, hey, your vehicle's ready. We need to talk to you. We've got your estimate ready. All of these are canned text messages that we've set up and can be done right from the workflow manager. So that is so helpful. So if you got a car that's been sitting there for a day, waiting on approval, you just right click, and I've got a text message that's your second day repair or pick up. I've got a third day. So I've got all these canned messages that are appropriate for the situation and don't have to get them on the phone. I can just send quick messages. You can drag a customer to a different technician. You'll see here, he's up here. I'll drag it down to another technician. And then it asks you, if you'll notice the boxes to the left, you keep them checked. And what you can do is that splits it. It will either move everything to the new technician I just drug it to, or let's say that the first technician was a lube tech check and he did the oil change. Well, I would uncheck that box. It would leave it with the lube tech, and then it would move all the new jobs that are checked to this new technician. So that can be really helpful. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, you can change the tile color. That's helpful. So let's say we got one. This is Chris Wisman, and he's a waiter oil change. So I right click on it. I change tile color. We've selected orange for our shop for to designate waiter. Now everybody knows in the shop that it's a waiter. I am not using this, but you can also put automatic timers on the different statuses. So if it exceeds the time that it's in there, it will start blinking and let you know. So we found it real helpful. If you have any further questions, let me know. Oh, lastly, you can left click on a customer and it pops up the work order status. So each one of these are jobs in the work on the actual repair order. And as the technician completes them, he can, on his tablet out in the shop, check the box to the right. You see the box to the right? And so if you get a call on a car, you can left click on it and you'll see how many jobs on the ticket that the technician has completed and how many still need to be done.